see. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Anything else to keep in mind while recording?
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Methods for recording you versus the crowd.
Just me and the crowd is good, yeah. Alright,
1, 3, 5.
I want to see it on how this looks. This is pretty crazy. First live stream. Alright, let's try like this. Alright, so I texted myself the live stream, yeah. I'm gonna post it on Instagram too.
Getting a lot of support in the chat already.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to the I don't know what we call it, pro-Venezuela protesters, these radical left protesters that are very unhappy with what President Trump has done. So we're going to ask them what they're unhappy about exactly.
I can barely hear you. Audio issues, I think.
They're having audio issues? Can barely hear you. Okay, that's not good. I think I checked that. Yeah, it probably has to do with, let's just see. Let's see. Ask them if is it better audio now, guys? Let me know if the audio is better now.
Sounds good. Audio is fine.
They say the audio is good now?
Yep, we can make it here.
Okay, so I'm posting the link right now. Link. Alright. All right, let's go, guys. Let's see where this is at. I know it's gonna be down there. It suddenly warmed up. It was like I felt like it was so freezing earlier, but now it's warmed up. Okay, so we know it's gonna be happening around here. Oh, this guy's got the Venezuela flag. I think he might be pro-Venezuela. Like he might have liked what Trump has done. Let's ask him. Hey, what's going on, man? I saw your flag. We're live on YouTube. Can I ask you, what did you think about what President Trump did? How you doing? I'm Nate. Nice to meet you.
Good.
What is that? Huh? Espanol? I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry, but do you speak any English?
Oh no, English, pero very happy, very happy,
You're very
muy
happy?
happy, very happy. Very happy. Pronto Venezuela libre.
Yeah. What did you think about a lot of people in the West, like hard left liberals, are upset at what Trump has done? What do you think about that?
No, muy contento, muy emocionado con lo que está sucediendo. De verdad que esperemos que Venezuela sea libre y próspera y productiva nuevamente.
Okay, we'll translate that. Someone knows what that means. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Have a good one, man. See ya.
Have a good day.
You too. Anyone in the chat know what that means? Let's see. I'll have it pulled up too. First time live streamer here, guys. I don't think this is the protest, obviously.
Make some noise for Texas, yeah!
The People's Forum normally, they do their protests right by over there.
There you go, bro.
All right. Where are my familiar faces? They're gonna pop up around here. Oh, they're distributing the signs. Let's go check that out. Oh, what are we unhappy about? Capturing a ruthless dictator that's murdered Americans, and they're unhappy about it. Let's see. Oh, all the signs are already propped up. They're just against the walls.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I love what you do.
Thank you
for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you. All right. All right, let's just play it cool, you know? How you doing? Hey, Manolo, how you doing? My name is Nate. Nice to meet you. I'm good. How are you? Would you mind doing an interview right now? Can I ask why? You're the leader of the People's Forum. You got $20 million from Roy Neville Singham to protest. Can I ask why you don't want to speak with me right now? Do you deny that you got $20 million to protest? You don't deny that? How are you spending that $20 million to protest? I know you're paying David Chung $75K a year. Anyone else on the payroll? Oh, David, what's up, man? I didn't recognize you. Hey, you're back, buddy. How you doing? All right, let's. All right. This is how it is, guys. $20 million to paid protest. Won't deny it. Won't deny it. Because it's a fact.
1,000 people too dead.
Awesome, guys. All right, let's keep asking people questions. Monel, I got a quick question. So, I've seen you with the president of Cuba. Why should we bring back relations with Cuba? They're a communist dictatorship. Okay. He's not in the chatty mood right now. Hey, can I see one of those flyers? Why can't I see one of those flyers?
You can have a flyer.
Okay, thank you. That's all I was asking for.
Later, I give you one.
Really? There's so many. You can't spare one of them? Could I just see it, what it says?
Just stay away from me.
Okay. I was just you're just passing them out. I'm just
Just keep your distance, okay?
okay. All right. Hey, what's going on? Hey, man. I recognize you from the protest at Columbus Circle. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi. What do you think about this protest? Why are you stopping him from speaking?
I just had to ask him something.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's. Hi. How you doing? Hi. I'm a YouTuber, and I was wondering if I could ask you what you thought about what President Trump did yesterday, or overnight, I should say.
I wouldn't be here if I liked it.
Yeah. And why do you dislike it?
It's totally illegal. I mean, it's,
And how is it illegal?
well, you can't abduct a president of another state. I mean, and bomb a country with no reason whatsoever.
What do you say to the folks that say it's illegal to send over thousands of pounds of fentanyl that kill Americans? Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Oh, you're talking to the person I'm interviewing, so I just thought you wanted to be involved.
No comment.
No comment?
So what brings you here?
Are you both?
Yeah, we're together.
We're not.
We're not?
I'm with one of the protest organizers.
You're one of the protest organizers. So how do you feel about him telling you not to speak? Isn't that kind of weird?
I'm with Code Pink. You know Code Pink?
You're with Code Pink? Oh, we love Code Pink.
Yeah. Okay.
We love Code Pink. So, all right, other than the fact that it was illegal, anything else that you dislike about it?
Can I speak?
Yeah, why can't you speak?
I'm not telling you that.
Okay.
Exactly. See, that's weird behavior. See, I like that. We're having a nice conversation. So, other than the oh, Julie, what's up, Julie? Good to see you again. So, other than the fact that it was illegal, anything else that you dislike about
Fentanyl
it?
doesn't come from Venezuela. That's
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Where does it come from?
Most from China and smuggled in by Americans, so it's not a Venezuelan problem. I mean,
What do you say to the folks that, you know, they see that Tren de Aragua is getting arrested, that they're operating out of migrant shelters, and they have drugs that are killing American citizens? What do you say to that? Because they are a Venezuelan gang.
yeah,
Propaganda?
of course, there's gangs from every group in the world.
Do you,
It's not a Venezuelan thing.
do you think that Tren de Aragua operates in the United States?
No.
No? Interesting. And how do you so sure about that?
There's a very small, tiny group that operated within Venezuela. Not this might be some
Yeah.
here. I mean, I don't deny that.
Oh, another person. What? We're having a conversation. How many guys? Guys, let's bring everybody out. Okay, can we keep speaking? Can we keep speaking? Because you're actually really nice, and it's nice to get to know you. So listen,
and he's trustworthy.
oh, he's trustworthy? What makes him trustworthy? What makes him trustworthy?
No.
Julie, why can't she talk?
How are you doing, Nathan?
I'm good, how are you? Why are you getting arrested all the time at protests, Julie?
Nathan, why are you lying to people all the time?
Why? What am I lying about? Julie, you're running away from me. My name is Nate, not Nathan.
No, Nathan. Your name's Nathan.
My name is not Nathan.
Okay, Nathan.
Julie,
Okay, Nathan.
Julie, tell me, why are you getting arrested all the time? What are you doing? Can you tell me?
Nathan. You
With-
know I'm
with-
not going to talk to you, Nathan.
You're not going to talk to me?
Nathan,
You need to leave
Nathan,
people
I'm
alone.
not going
Back
to talk
off.
to you, Nathan.
Who are you?
Back
What's
off.
up
You
with...
need to leave people alone. Back off. Back off. She doesn't want to talk to you.
Okay, as she continues to talk to me, she doesn't want to talk to me? Julie, do you mind if we talk over here? All right. Julie DeLauer, she's seen taking pictures with senators, a paid protester, always out here working with Rise and Resist. I don't know. What do you guys think? I would love to see what the chat is saying. Can I see?
Sure.
Very cool. She forgot her kazoo. I know. How crazy is this? Oh. Julie, can we please have a conversation?
Hey, Nathan, how about that home lock scam? How about that home lock scam that funds you, Nathan? What are you scamming people for, Nathan, with your home lock scam? Why are you taking hundreds of people, thousands of dollars from hardworking people, Nathan?
It's called Home Title Lock, and it's not a scam. And they're not the sponsor of this video, but they're not a scam.
It's a total scam. And you get money off them, don't you, Nathan? Hey, you're scamming people, right, Nathan? With
I'm
home
not scamming.
title
So are we
lock?
having a conversation right now? I just want to make sure.
People, Nathan.
One of your coworkers is going to come over and tell us not to talk.
Nathan, why are you a scammer?
Why are you always getting arrested?
Scamming people, Nathan.
I'm not getting arrested. You're the one getting arrested. Okay. Oh, it's that kid. Someone said, oh, it's that kid. What's up? How's it going, guys? It's nice to see you all again. What are we upset about today? Tahir? Everything's cool with Palestine? So we're talking about Venezuela now. Can you tell me what you dislike about what Trump did yesterday or overnight? Tahir's not in a chatty mood. It was just ceasefire, ceasefire, and then there was a ceasefire, and then now this is the new thing that Soros has sent his people out. Singham is giving People's Forum $20 million, so they have enough funds to keep this going for a while. Alrighty. Let's have a conversation with someone sort of on these outskirts before they actually arrive and the people come and tell us to stop. Oh, I know her. Hey. Hey, could I ask you a question? I have a YouTube channel. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, people are not in a chatty mood today at all. Can I ask how the PSL is involved with this protest? Just like a 1-minute interview, be super quick. You just want to stand there? It's kind of cold, so I don't know. Maybe like... You don't want to say anything about what Trump did? You want to get your message out to the people at all? Not at all? I'm sure there are people that are watching that agree with you. You don't think so? Okay. All right, well, be well. Hey, I heard you were talking with me and I was wondering if we could have a chat.
I'm good.
Okay, well, you were talking about me, right?
No, I'm good.
You were talking about me?
I'm good, dude.
Okay. Are you gonna start banging that drum soon? Alright. Alrighty, let's talk to people that are just getting in here. Maybe someone who's not involved in the protest. Let's ask these guys. Hey, how you guys doing? Hi, I'm a YouTuber and I was wondering if I could ask you what your thoughts are on this protest. I'm trying to ask people that are not necessarily involved with the protest. No? Could I ask you guys? I was just wondering to get New Yorkers' opinions on this Venezuela protest.
We ain't New Yorkers. Does that matter?
That's absolutely
We're
fine.
from Tennessee.
Yeah.
It really doesn't affect me, so I don't care if they go take all their oil or not.
Okay.
I think that we need to leave land alone. I mean, what's Venezuela done to us? We keep putting our feet in different countries, and I think that we need to leave our nose out of everything because we're just bombing everybody and trying to take everybody's property, and it's none of our business.
What do you think about the Venezuelans that are celebrating on the streets today?
I've honestly not watched the news, but I just heard about this as we were getting on the plane this morning, and it broke my heart.
It broke your heart? What specifically about it broke your heart?
I mean, we're we're going over there and we're capturing people because we want oil. Like, we're trying to take over land that's not ours. We need to keep our feet here. I mean, we've already kicked people out of, I mean, this was land of the Indians and land of like Mexicans, and we've kicked them out and took this, and now we're like trying to seal the borders and not allow people over. Like, we need to just stay within our country and leave everybody else alone.
What do you say to the folks that say that Maduro is working with the cartels and the cartels are sending fentanyl and other drugs over the border?
Drugs are going to come into the U.S. no matter where they're coming from.
Gotcha. Do you feel the same way?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me. I'm in Tennessee. Go Tennessee.
When you say like it doesn't affect you, like what if there are drugs that come over the border and it kills your fellow American citizens and they're coming from Venezuela? Are you saying that that doesn't affect you, or you're saying that like what exactly doesn't affect
me
you?
and if it don't affect me and my immediate family, I don't care what they do. No.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye. It's an interesting way to go about life. Okay, it's a very quiet protest. I guess they're waiting for the paid protesters to start speaking to them and telling them what to do. Hi, how you doing? I have a YouTube channel, and I was wondering if I could ask you a question.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, amazing. What
My voice is a little gone right now.
Oh, no
so.
worries, no worries at all. What brings you out here today?
So I'm just ready for all this to end. I'm sick and tired of it. It's going on every single day. Every single day there's something on the news. I'm just fed up. I'm angry. I'm fed up. So I have to be out here. It's like no choice.
Was this the straw that broke the camel's back for you?
No. I've been angry. Long ago. Like since we put him in office, I've been angry. So this is not the first thing. I've been going to protests. I've been speaking up. So I'm just fed up. I think we need more people out here instead of people just staying silent and not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
So
I know right now I've gotten some messages. People are confused that there are Venezuelans that are celebrating in the streets, thanking President Trump. What do you say to those folks that are celebrating?
You know, it's definitely heartbreaking because my Latino community, they're very uneducated, and it genuinely breaks my heart because they think that he's helping them, or he's taking away a dictator that's you know, obviously I know that he's been doing damage, but it's not helping them at all. He's a dictator himself. Like, I understand you guys want freedom, but this is not the way to go. This is not, and I'm heavily encouraging my Latino people to please educate yourselves. Please read history, read books, please. That's what's important.
So do you think that they would be better off with Maduro?
No, not at all. No, I hated him.
Okay.
He needed to go, but I'm saying this is not the way to go. Like I seen a post earlier where taking away a legal dictator, the right way to do it is not by doing illegal crimes yourself.
Okay, and what is the right way to do it?
The right way to do it? Well, I can't tell you the right way to do it, but right now what I know is that this is not the right way. This is only bringing more problems to our country when we already have problems ourselves. So.
Yeah. If we were to just like brainstorm a little bit, like how do you help the Venezuelan people? Because 84% of them are in poverty.
And a lot of them are in poverty, but I genuinely can't answer to that right now because, like I said, our country is falling. Our country ourselves is falling. We can't help another country if our country is literally falling. Our economy is destroying itself. Literally, our government doesn't care. Congress doesn't care. So how can we help another country? How?
And have you been thinking about Venezuela a lot before this happened?
I have. All the countries that aren't free yet. Venezuela, Sudan, Palestine, Congo, all my Latinos countries. Honduras, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, all of them. This is a conversation every single day that I have with my people.
Gotcha. Do you have family or friends that are in Venezuela right now?
No, not family, but I have friends.
And what are they saying to you? What are your friends telling you right now?
They don't agree with this. They don't agree with it. They for sure are happy that Maduro is gone, but this is not the way to go. They know that this is bringing more problems, and not only that, they bombed Venezuela, killing innocent people.
Do they want a democracy, your friends?
They do.
Yeah.
Obviously, they want freedom. They want their freedom. They want a democracy. That's all they've been longing for.
Okay, so if a democracy comes, I know President Trump mentioned that he's going to take control, or the United States is going to take control of Venezuela. And if a democracy comes out of this, will you be happy about it?
Out of Venezuela? Yeah. I know it's not. I know it's not.
And how do you know that a democracy won't come?
Because of history. He's literally replaying the history playbooks. He's literally following fucking Hitler's playbooks. Like we can't ignore it. We need to stop ignoring it. We need to read history and stop ignoring that. This is not he's not trying to fight for democracy. Let's be for real. He's not doing that. He's not even fighting for democracy here. So let's stop acting like, oh, if he does do it, if democracy does come out of this, are you gonna? No, it's not happening. We need to stop saying that we're hoping when it's not happening. I've had enough with this president and people saying, let's hope, let's hope, let's hope. I'm fed up. That's it. There's no hope. He's not doing shit. He's not fighting for democracy. We're not gonna get it. We need to stop hoping, because that's only leading us worse down the hole.
You mentioned that he's following Hitler's playbook. As a Jew, I would love to know about that because I wouldn't want another Hitler. So how is he following Hitler's playbook?
Biggest threat in the world today. Donald Trump in the USA. Biggest threat in the world today. Donald Trump in the USA.
It's very interesting how you can say he's following Hitler's playbook and just say it like it's this minor thing. And her friends literally say that they're happy Maduro is gone. Like, the dictator is not just gonna walk away. Here, I'm gonna mention something. So, guys, I'll tell you, I've been to over 50 of these protests. This is a small protest. This is a very small protest. This is like only the familiar faces, honestly. Like everybody in the front I've seen at 10, 20 plus different protests.
Stop bombing Venezuela now! Biggest threat in the world today!
So this is a...
Trump in the USA!
Que venga a reclamarle que ninguno son venezolanos.
Party for Socialism and Liberation. The PSL is funding this. The PSL is putting out these signs because it's not about Venezuela. It's about instituting socialism throughout this country. That's why all of these, you see Answer Coalition is at the bottom of these, PSL. This is about socialism. It's not about Venezuela. Hi, I'm a YouTuber, and I was wondering if I could ask you about this protest and what you think about it.
Well, I think that the United States don't have to get intervene in any other country. That problems from Venezuela have to be solved by people from international law, and we are opposed to that because there is a history of this type of intervention in other countries. I am from Puerto Rico, and I don't want that to happen in Puerto Rico, in Mexico, and Colombia, and any other place.
Yeah, understood. What did you think about Maduro?
That's not my business. In other words, it seemed that he was authoritarian, and there were people from Venezuela complaining about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But that's not my business. That's people of Venezuela, independent of Maduro's type of personality or his style of government. We don't have to abduct him and invade another country for that.
What do you think about the drugs that were being poured over the border from Venezuela?
How do you know that? You have proof of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's been reported by ICE and several other independent news organizations.
Do you trust ICE and these people?
Yes, I do trust ICE, but I also trust the multiple third-party news organizations.
They asked Rubio if they have proof about these people in the ship, that they were fishermen, they were people from Venezuela. He said, well, you have to believe, and that's it. No explanation, no proof.
Okay, but let me just say, what is the solution then? So what is the solution for Venezuela? Say we didn't do this. We're having a conversation. Can we continue the conversation? Can we continue our interview?
For who?
Oh, I'm just independent. I'm just a YouTuber.
Okay.
It's okay?
Around
Okay.
the world are against that war. We stand. And we stand together against that war.
Interesting. He's making this his business, but
Thank you for coming out, everyone.
do I have proof of that? The photos, the videos, the hundreds. Okay, from the People's Forum. Let's see what our head of paid protesting has to say.
In the early hours of the morning, the U.S. launched a massive criminal bombing campaign on Venezuela.
Oh, this is what's her name again? Jenny. Jenny, how are you? Jenny.
You remain the piece of shit you always were.
Jenny, can you tell me
You
why?
remain the piece of shit you've always been.
Jenny, listen, why are you comparing Trump to Hitler?
You remain the piece of shit you've always been. Nate, go away.
Okay.
Nate, go
Okay, so
away.
Jenny, so we've established that I'm a piece of shit, but now can you say how Trump is?
Go away. Nate, go away.
It's a song.
No, Nate, go away.
Okay. How is Trump Hitler?
Nate, go away.
Well, you're calling the President of the United States Hitler. It's a rather big statement.
Away.
So she's calling Trump Hitler, and she's gonna freak out over one question about it. What?
It's not even Hispanic. Just like, what the hell?
What do you think about this protest?
Dude, as a Colombian, this is just insanity. I don't know who's funding this. It's probably Mandani. I don't know. But this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like these people, none of these people are Venezuelan. All of these people are Latin. This is insane.
So you're from Colombia. How long you been in the States for?
I'm here 3 years.
One of these paid protesters just came over to tell you not to speak to me. Anyway, you've been here for 3 years, you said?
I've been here for 3 years. This is insane.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, thank you. I didn't know. I was like, okay. So, what do you think about President Trump?
I mean, it's up for grabs at this point, but I mean, I support the actions today, definitely.
And why do you support it exactly?
Why do I support it? Because at least I've seen 3 million people cross the Darien Gap. There's been a lot of poverty. There's been a lot of problems here. I mean, this is at this point unacceptable.
And how did you come to the United States?
Legally.
Yeah. So you're seeing millions of people come here illegally. What are your thoughts on us shutting down the border?
I mean, I think the best intervention is to really attack the dictatorship so these people can come back.
What do you say to these folks that are saying it's a violation of international law, that it's illegal and it shouldn't have been done?
I mean, look at the rest of the world. International law is over, my friend. We're living in a post-liberal order.
Thank you. The gloves that I have are not going to make a difference, honestly. All right, let's video this a little bit. Yeah, Nate Friedman. Yeah.
Has the right to put on trial the president of another. Since when does the Trump administration have the moral, legal, or even political right to put another president on trial? If we're talking about presidents who have committed crimes, why is President Trump not on trial?
Friedman.
But we know very well, and we have to call the attention of the media, the attention of the American people,
Let's talk to some more
that
people.
this war that the Trump administration has launched has not ended yet. The threat of American troops on the ground is still latent, it's still present. The U.S. continues to threaten not just Venezuela, but has threatened the people of Mexico, of Colombia. They have threatened the people of Cuba. The threat of war is very real across Latin America and the Caribbean. That's why we call on the people of the United States, who are right now mobilizing in over 100 cities across the country, to not stay quiet, to raise their voices against the Trump administration and their criminal war. It is Trump, Rubio, and Hexas who should be put on trial.
Hi, my name is Nate. I'm a YouTuber, and I was wondering if I could interview you real quick.
No, you a bunch of right-wingers?
No, I'm not a right-winger.
What do you want to know?
I just want to know about your sign. What makes you want to say no war with Venezuela?
Okay, first of all, it's not about drugs. Very little drugs come out of Venezuela. I've traveled, I just came back from Bolivia. Very little coca leaves is grown in Venezuela. Only about about 5% of the drug trade is going through Venezuela. Most of it is now being exported out through Ecuador in tankers. Huge amount that's going to Europe. Why are they not bombing the tankers? Why are they bombing fishing boats? It's just a bunch of lies. It's unbelievable what's going on. Trump just friggin' pardoned the biggest narco trafficker, the ex-president of Honduras. This isn't about drugs. It's unbelievable. And how can you go and kidnap a president from a country? It's unprecedented. I mean, they can just go to any country they want to just bomb it and kidnap it. It's unbelievable what's going on.
What do you say, because I'm seeing both sides, what do you say to the right-wingers that say, what war with Venezuela? The war was over. Like that there is no war with Venezuela.
No, but right now there's a war. We're bombing it. You're bombing Venezuela right now. That's war, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just who they're picking. I mean, most of the drugs are coming out of Peru and Ecuador. I spent time in Peru. I spent time in Ecuador. I just came back from Bolivia. I spent time in all these countries. Venezuela is one of the countries with the least amount of drug trafficking going through. It's made up. It's lies.
It seems like you know your stuff, and so I'm personally quite confused because I see it in the streets of Venezuela, people are celebrating what has happened. Is that just a minority of people that are celebrating? What's exactly going on?
Well, I've never been to Venezuela. I spent a lot of time in Bolivia. You know, there are people that have money in Venezuela that are, you know, when they publicize stuff, the rich people are the ones that are going to be losing the money. And that's what they've gone into Bolivia just now, the United States government. They got a new president, and they're going in and trying to invest as well. And none of that investment's going to do anything for the Bolivians. The same thing, you know. I'm not a supporter. You know, we should not be in Venezuela right now bombing. There's absolutely no reason. We could go to any country and bomb just because we don't agree with the president's there. You know what I mean?
Do you believe that Tren de Aragua and gangs like that are active in the United States, or do you not think that's true?
Well, I don't know, but it's being used by Trump. All this whole thing with gangs, drug war, narco trafficking is being used by Trump. Okay, I worked the border. I worked the frontera when the families were coming through. I mean, it's just absolute lies that are coming through. Like a lot of the immigrants that were crossing the border were coming up to work in this country, and they're using this whole gang thing. You know what I mean?
You said that they're coming to.
Everywhere.
You're saying that they're coming to work, right?
They were. When I was there, they were coming to work in farms in Florida. I speak Spanish. I asked most of the people what they were doing because I'm interested. I've traveled all Guatemala. I've traveled all those countries. It's just the lies that are coming out and the hypocrisy of this Trump is just unbelievable.
So I agree with you that. So I've been documenting a lot of this for the last year or so, and when I speak to asylum seekers, they say that they're here to work, but a lot of people are confused about that. They say, well, if you're seeking asylum, are you here to seek asylum, or are you here to, you know, for money? What do you say to the folks that are here as asylum seekers, but really here to just make money?
Well, I mean, there's different types of asylum. You know what I mean? There's political asylum, there's economic asylum. A lot of the problems that were being caused by climate change, there's no jobs, and they're coming up. You know, and the gangs, when I was working at the border at the very beginning, there are gangs in Honduras, and now it's going into Guatemala. So there is a lot of people were owning stores and stuff, and they were having to pay $30 a month to have a store or to live in their own house. So there was extortion in Honduras and stuff like that. So they're coming up escaping that. But, you know, they're coming, there were waves of it. The second wave were the Haitians. I mean, I worked with Haitians in Venezuela. The first ones were from Honduras, Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico. Mexico's couldn't cross, and they were coming up to work in this country. I mean, and the jobs they were doing, not one American would ever do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, it's just part of, like...
Do you think that we should take in a certain number of, because economic asylum is not a term that I'm often hearing. It's usually what I hear is political asylum, that if they were to go back to their country that they would be killed. But you're mentioning economic asylum, which I think is interesting. Do you think that there should be a certain number of economic asylum migrants that we take in?
Yes, but not immigration, what would I say? Immigration is also political as well. I mean, they're letting people in from certain countries and not other countries, you know what I mean? So it's racism. It's total, you know, they're letting in, I mean, when I was there, a lot of the Cubans and the Venezuelans that were white-skinned and rich would be able to cross the border. But then when the poor people started coming, that's when they started calling them gangs and criminals and stuff. So it's and who's allowed to cross the border? It's political, you know what I mean? I mean, they're letting some people in, they're not letting other people in. I mean, you know, I'm not going to start naming countries, but you see very few white people deported. You know what I mean? It's always people of color being deported. So it's racism in the immigration system.
But it's people of color, if they're being deported, then they did cross the border, though. They did make it across.
Well, the thing is, what was going on with immigration? It wasn't illegal. They were being brought in this country. They were allowed to cross into the country. They were in this country to then apply for asylum. So they're here legally. It's part of our immigration system. You know what I mean? And they had, the first group had ankle bracelets. So they were coming in and allowed to stay in this country to apply for asylum. So this whole idea that it's illegal immigration, it's just the whole.
Right. Well, first of all, you're very reasonable, and I would like to continue this because I've had these questions for a while. So
that's all I say. People should travel and travel Latin America and see for themselves what is going on.
Right. So when I was talking to the immigrants who came across the border during the Biden administration, there were quite a few more, millions of migrants that were coming over the border during that time, and a lot of them said that they didn't really get checked at the border. That they would ask like every third person a question, but they were mostly letting people in by the droves because it was a lot of people, right? Do you feel like that is true?
Yeah. Well, when I went down there, I went down at the very beginning, and how it started, I was down in McAllen, Texas, and how it started is the families were crossing the border. They were getting picked up by immigration. Then they were being dumped at the bus station with no money, no nothing. So the nun down there, Sister Helen, got her name. She was seeing all these people living in the streets, and so she started putting them up in the church. And then the numbers got more and more because of the social media, that they were contacting their families back and saying, come on up and come over, and they were crossing. These people had places to go.
Yeah.
So they were in the streets with no money, everything. We were contacting their relatives by phone. The relatives were paying for bus tickets to go stay with them to wait to apply for asylum.
I did see lots of single, young men crossing the border.
At the beginning, they weren't there. I mean, the Mexican single men that first started migrating, they were crossing illegally because under this, it was families that were able to cross. So there's all these different groups of different types of immigrants.
What are your thoughts? So you mentioned that they arrived with no money. I agree. A lot of them did not have any money.
Well,
and they were
also coyotes. They were paying about $10,000. About $10,000, and then it was $1,000 to cross the Rio Grande. So they were, and a lot of them, a lot of the women were being there were narco gangs at the border that stopped actually narco trafficking and started trafficking human beings, and the women were a lot of times abused, or the money, they were being ripped off the money, so they were paying an extra $1,000 to cross the Rio Grande.
What did you think about the migrant shelters that were set up in New York that were, four-star hotels?
I live in Jersey, so I wasn't involved at all in these shelters, but at that point it was a very different migrant. It wasn't families, a lot of single Venezuelan men that were coming with young kids. Yeah.
What was that? So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it depends on, the young boys that were coming, but a lot of migrants are coming here to work.
Sure, but you're referencing exactly what I saw, which is a lot of young Venezuelan men that were being put up in four-star hotels that were paid for by you and I. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the immigration system, it was the amount of people that were crossing got to be a lot, very many, so.
Do you feel like we had to put them in hotels?
I think if they were living in the streets, that'd be a bigger problem. So there was families coming over too. A lot of the young boys.
I can tell you kind of have an issue with it.
No, when I was working the border, it was a large number. But what are we going to do? But if you saw what kind of jobs these guys were coming up over for, a lot
of them weren't working.
No, well, that was that last bunch. The first bunch I was working with all had jobs, and they were coming up to work in tobacco. Would you ever pick tobacco? Would you gut chickens? Would you work 12-hour days picking oranges down in Florida? They were going to towns that traditionally had migrants. We wouldn't be eating here. We would not have food on the table without migrants. The dairy farmers in Minnesota or up in there, they can't even run because they can't find American workers. So this idea that we're going to get rid of all these immigrants.
Well, what we saw with the Biden administration, with the millions of migrants coming across, do you feel like that was sustainable if we kept that up? You're saying that we need migrants. Do you think that was sustainable?
No, there was an issue, but I think at one point when I was down in the border, there was more illegal Canadians in the United States than there were Mexicans. I mean, if you start looking, the top number one group of illegal immigrants were Canadians, above Mexicans, when I was working the border.
And that was what year?
Oh my God, that was my last trip was right before COVID. So it's January before COVID. And I was working at Catholic Charities in McAllen, Texas. I had gone down for the last 2 or 3 years. I had lots of friends, and it was the most unbelievable experience of my life. So, but to go in, and what's going on in Venezuela is just, it's unbelievable, you know.
Well, thank you. You're out here, thank you. I appreciate
I had to do something.
exercising your First Amendment rights. That's great.
I had to do something.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable what's going on right now with Trump.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Thank you. What's your name?
Eliza.
Eliza. My name's Nate. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you. Can I see what the chat is saying after that interview, which is interesting? So that was interesting. She definitely had an issue with the migrant shelters, like 100%, but she didn't want to say it. She was very nice, honestly, like her heart's in the right place. She's just really brainwashed, but her heart's in the right place. I'm reading your guys' chat right now. I don't know what she's talking about, most of them being from Canada. I did not see that, but taking a look at the flyers that they're putting out. So here I can put this: condemn the U.S. bombing of Venezuela. Free Maduro. Oh my gosh. Anything Trump does. If Trump cured cancer, they would say that it's an issue. They would say the population's going to get too big. Free a ruthless communist dictator that put his entire country in poverty. Free him. That's stage 4 TDS. That's really remarkable. I don't know if you can recover from that. Okay.
Por culpa del socialismo del siglo XXI, que no es más que hambre y miseria, que son ustedes los que están promoviendo la miseria del mundo, ustedes los comunistas, los que se enroscan en el poder y no quieren salir más nunca del poder. Por eso viva el Trump, Donald Trump, el mejor presidente del mundo, porque fue el único que tuvo los cojones de enfrentar el comunismo en el mundo, que tuvo los cojones de enviar soldados a Somalia, a África, para defender a los cristianos. Es el único presidente que va a administrar bien Latinoamérica y toda Centroamérica. Es el mejor presidente de los Estados Unidos, Donald Trump. Escúchenlo bien, ustedes, comunistas que viven aquí en los Estados Unidos, Donald Trump es el primero y el único que se ha enfrentado a esas mafias narcotraficantes que arruinaban este país, y que gracias a Donald Trump es la solución de Latinoamérica, sacando a Nicolás Maduro de este desastre que era la droga y todo ese desastre que enviaban de Latinoamérica.
Wow.
Gracias, muchachos.
Wow. My name is Nate. Can I interview you real quick? From my YouTube channel. That was amazing. Your English is incredible. The way that you said my English is not so good. He's going to do an interview with me real quick.
AR por TikTok.
¿Cómo se llama?
AR por TikTok.
¿Por TikTok?
AR, ya.
What's your TikTok?
TikTok, ya. Tengo un live ahorita encendido por TikTok, enfrentando estos sinvergüenzas. Llevamos muchos años enfrentando esta sinvergüenzura en Latinoamérica. Llevamos muchos años enfrentando a Nicolás Maduro y llevándole la contraria en todas sus ridiculeces y en todo el desastre que ha hecho en Latinoamérica. Habemos muchos líderes en la calle que hemos tenido que salir de Venezuela por causa de la persecución de Nicolás Maduro. todo el que se levante en Venezuela haciendo cualquier protesta en una plaza parecida a esta va preso. Por eso yo le estoy diciendo a ellos, denle gracias a Dios que está en un país capitalista y pueden salir a protestar y a decir lo que quieren. Porque si esto lo hacen en Venezuela, estuvieran toditos presos, más que eso, torturados o desaparecidos. Más que eso. Por eso yo le digo, Donald Trump es el mejor presidente del mundo, porque permite, aún que hablan mal de él, ahí están, viviendo acá en Nueva York, en la capital del mundo.
Can I ask you a question in English?
¿Cuántos años lleva acá en los Estados Unidos?
4 años.
4 años. ¿Y de dónde
Yeah.
es usted?
Soy de Venezuela, Maracaibo.
Maracaibo. Y entonces, ¿qué quiere decir a esa gente? No saben de qué están hablando.
La mayoría de esa gente son comunistas que ni siquiera hablan el español. Yo entrevisté a varios y los encaré a cada uno de ellos y ni siquiera hablan el español. No saben ni siquiera dónde queda Venezuela algunos de ellos. Y simplemente están ahí por apoyar el comunismo en el mundo, que el comunismo del mundo lo que ha hecho es traer hambre y miseria a todos los países. Gracias a ustedes. Que Dios me los bendiga.
Yeah, muchas gracias. Can I ask you, what are your thoughts on this protest from the Americans protesting?
My English no...
Your English is good. Just believe in yourself. man. Your
No
English
sé
is
si
good.
ella te podría traducir.
I can translate for you.
You can translate? Thank you. Can you ask him what are his thoughts are on these people protesting?
Déjame tomar usted una foto.
What do you say?
Just took a photo.
¿Qué piensas a estas protestas?
Que es un error, esa protesta es un error total. ¿Por qué? Porque ellos están protestando a favor de Nicolás Maduro, a favor del comunismo. Allá está una bandera comunista y ven muchas banderas, ¿verdad?, comunistas acá en esta protesta. Lo que nos indica que ellos están haciendo una protesta a favor del comunismo en el mundo entero, no solamente en Latinoamérica. Son pagados.
Ellos no saben ni se imaginan lo que el venezolano ha vivido. Ellos ni siquiera se imaginan. Yo creo que ellos ni conocen Venezuela. Ellos ni lo conocen para que vengan a estar diciendo que van a estar a favor de un régimen del cual se ha sufrido mucho por el pueblo venezolano. ¿Me estás entendiendo?
Por TikTok.
What is he saying? What were they saying?
So he said, first of all, the right to protest is a privilege of a democratic country, that a privilege that they don't enjoy in Venezuela, and that the people protesting here stand for communism.
Gotcha. I don't disagree with that. Oh, we got CBS here. You can show CBS is interviewing them.
Do you have a question you want me to try to translate?
Yeah, I can. After, yeah.
En un país capitalista vienen a protestar contra la democracia, contra Donald Trump. Miren, si en mi país o en otro país latinoamericano ellos estuvieran protestando, o en Cuba estuvieran presos, torturados o a lo mejor desaparecidos, porque ha sido el caso de muchos venezolanos, muchos cubanos y muchas personas que han estado dentro de esta protesta en los países comunistas del mundo. Muchas gracias. Por supuesto que es un error, esa protesta es un error. Esa protesta es un error. ¿Por qué? Porque ellos están protestando porque atraparon al mayor bandido que hay en Latinoamérica, que es Nicolás Maduro. Entonces, ¿cómo tú vas a hacer una protesta por favorecer a un hombre que ha secuestrado, que tiene torturado a un pocotón de dirigentes políticos en Venezuela, que han desaparecido gente que no, y que más de 9 millones de venezolanos hemos tenido que salir de nuestros hogares para poder sobrevivir fuera de nuestros hogares y para poder enviar alimentos hacia Venezuela, que es la misma situación de Cuba, que es la misma situación de Nicaragua, que es la misma situación de muchos países comunistas y países bandidos como este, mejor dicho, no digamos países, sino presidentes, dictadores como este, corrijo.
¿Tienes miedo para ese país?
¿Ah?
¿Tienes miedo? ¿Un poquito miedo para ese país?
Miedo, claro. A nuestros países no podemos volvernos, y mucho menos si salimos ahora en cámara. Si yo vuelvo ahora al país en estos momentos sin sacar a Maduro, lo más probable es que me desaparezcan o que me torturen. Ya al salir en cámara ya yo no puedo regresar a mi país.
Y otra vez, su nombre.
AR por TikTok. AR por TikTok.
Okay. ¿Su apellido?
Olivares.
¿Cómo se llama?
Olivares.
Olivares, sí. AR por TikTok. Búsquenlo a AR por TikTok.
Pero tu nombre es.
Are you guys with CBS? I was wondering. I would love to come on sometime and talk about. So the guy that's speaking is Manolo de Santos. He's the People's Forum got paid $20 million by Roy Neville Singham. Anytime you'd like to have me on, I've studied it and I can share with you guys.
Okay, thank you. I'll give you my card.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. I want to read what chat's saying in case they don't know what he's saying. Guys, we got to get real-time translations in there. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, we got our card, guys. Maybe we're gonna go on the fake news. Free Palestine. Somehow they're related, guys. I mean, you can't make this up. You really can't make this up. You've got people in Venezuela celebrating in the streets, and then you've got people that are, I mean, let's be honest, there's not many people here being paid to come out here to relate it to Palestine and socialism. Free Palestine. Let's see if we can get that going. I'm sure everyone's going to confuse a bunch of people. From the river to the sea. No, let's do, what is it? From Palestine to Mexico, all the walls have got to go. That's a good one. I got to say, that is a very good one. They have very good chance. Amazing. He's just paid to go out there and just talk about whose streets are streets. I don't know. There's about 100 people here. Don't know if the streets of New York belong to this group of people.
If there's no justice, there cannot be any peace.
There's also not peace when you traffic hundreds of thousands of fentanyl over the border and kill Americans. It's also not very peaceful. It's also not peaceful when you have Tren de Aragua raping American citizens. It's not very peaceful either. A war against capitalism. Okay. What? Oh, she's passing out papers. Let's speak to somebody else. Ah, my communists. How you guys doing? Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Can I bring you to we have someone who's designated for media, or unless you
you know your stuff.
Oh yeah,
No, I want to talk to you guys. I don't want to talk to a media person.
Yeah,
because they're just gonna get like scripted line. I just want to have an actual conversation.
It's not scripted at all. You should actually talk to our. I mean, who are you?
Oh, my name's Nate Friedman. I'm an independent journalist, and I saw that you were passing out.
Yeah, you should.
stuff.
Oh, we're not passing these out actually. We ask a $5 donation. We're entirely class independent, but you're more than welcome to read for free online. No paywall or anything. But yeah, you should check out that communist flag over there.
What brings you out here today?
I'm organized with the Revolutionary Communists of America. We're out here to say hands off Venezuela, and we unequivocally stand with the people of Venezuela against U.S. imperialist aggression.
What do you think about the people of Venezuela celebrating on the streets?
What?
What do you think about the people of Venezuela celebrating on the streets today?
I saw images of Venezuelans being bombed after the U.S. bombed Caracas, so I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yeah, I think you should definitely
show me the bombings that you're talking about. I didn't see any.
I don't know. I just saw it on Reddit. It was on the front page of the internet, so
okay.
I don't know. But you should definitely check.
But what do you think about the people celebrating, the hundreds of thousands of people that are in the streets celebrating?
I have yet to see it. Can you show me that?
Yeah.
Sure.
I went over there to be idealistic, when I was it was my last year in college.
Anyway, all right. I mean, if you're not going to show me,
no, I can show it to you right now.
I think we're good. I think
you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good, but Nice to meet you. I'm Isaiah. You should check out communistusa.org if you want more info about our group.
We'll check out communist dictatorship. Hold on a second. Here you go, sir.
U.S.
Here are the
imperialism.
people
Oh, yeah.
celebrating on the streets here. What do you think about that?
I mean, at the end of the day, I stand with the people of Venezuela against U.S. imperialism. The U.S. has no right to bomb the people of Venezuela. The U.S. has no right to kidnap another
Why are they
leader
all
of another.
celebrating? Why are they celebrating?
You know, I don't know. Do you have a correspondent there who can ask? I'm
trying
here
to get out there
demonstrating
with the
against.
airspace
I'm here
explosion.
demonstrating against U.S. imperialism and the U.S.
Is
intervention.
this AI though? These images of everybody
I don't know.
celebrating?
You're the one showing me the video, so let me know. You're showing me the source.
I don't know. I don't think it's AI because it's
Okay.
being published by multiple news organizations. So just what are your thoughts on it?
I'm here protesting U.S. intervention,
I understand that. I
U.S.
get that.
imperialism, and U.S. capitalism.
Okay.
The Epstein class, the class of Wall Street, the capitalist class, needs to be overthrown. The working class needs a party of its own. Neither party of Epstein, neither party of Wall Street, neither the Democrats nor the Republicans represent the interests of U.S. workers.
What is the party of Epstein?
The Democrats and the Republicans both represent the interests of the Epstein class, the class of billionaires, the class of capitalists, the class of Wall Street. They exploit all labor. The working class of the United States generates all value in society, and they leech off of it.
Okay, why isn't the working class growing more? Like the working class party that you're talking about.
I would say the working class is growing. I would say the working class is starting
The
to
party
show
I'm
its
saying
immense.
specifically.
Oh, we are growing actually. We've grown by over 100% in the last year. So, you know, I don't know where you got that information from, but
What do you think about Mamdani?
I think so far I'm in full support of socialism, of course. I think Mamdani's words and his actions have not matched up. He's talking a lot about socialism, but he's buddying up to the representatives of the Democrats, of the Republicans, of the Epstein class, of the class of
So
billionaires.
he's buddying up with them.
Yeah, so
Do you
far
feel
that's what he's doing.
Do you feel like that's necessary for him to buddy up with them in order to get elected?
I think he has two options in front of him. He has two ways that he can try and get his program passed. He can either buddy up and accept all of the limitations of the bankers and his friends that he's buddying up to in the capitalist class, or he can stand on the million voters, the huge unions in the city of New York, not just the city union, but also the private sector unions that are there as well. And he can stand on that layer of real working, advocate for actual working class policies, for the expropriation of the landlords, for the expropriation of the Fortune 500, and the democratic planning of society by the working class.
Great. So should we seize control? Should the government seize control of companies like Amazon and Google right now?
I think that the working class should absolutely seize control, expropriate the Fortune 500 with no compensation for the owners, and take it under their control in a democratically planned society and economy.
Okay. Do you feel like we're going to be able to get like a better iPhone if that happens?
Yeah, I actually think we will, because I think human innovation, when workers are not being exploited and ground down to the ground by the bosses, and they actually have time, they have a 20-hour work week, they have time to develop their interests and skills, I think innovation is going to be unleashed. I think capitalism is holding back the next iPhone, actually.
Okay. I would like innovation to be unleashed. So the people that you're talking about, that let's call it the $300,000 now, $300 a year salaried software developers that are coming up with stuff for the iPhone. Do you think that they would perform better if they were?
They are completely under attack right now. They're being thrown out of work.
They're being
by
paid $300,000 a year in their pajamas working from home. They're under attack.
Writ large, you're talking about the computing industry, right? Software development, software engineers. They're being thrown out of work right now and displaced by AI, by these exact companies, these corporations that you're mentioning. And the only way to fight that is the only way to fight layoffs is to seize those closed factories, right? So a factory closed is a factory occupied, is a factory nationalized. And they need to be run by their workers in the end of it.
What would be the motivation to come up with a great idea if you're not going to be paid for it?
You would be paid for it. I don't know what you're talking about.
How would you be paid for it?
With money, because you do work.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So if you're under communism, how are you gonna get a promotion? You're gonna get paid more if you have a great idea. How would that work? How would the inner workings of it?
Yeah, we're not trying to abolish money. We think everybody should be employed.
But you want to abolish capitalism.
You want to abolish capitalism so that every single person who's able has a place in work or school. Yeah, definitely. We ask a $5 donation.
All right, I gotta Gotta pick up my brain cells here for a second. One sec. Let's see. Oh, does he not agree? He's fighting for the $400,000 a year software engineers. He's fighting for them. Wow.
I'm right underneath.
They need him.
Hold on, 'cause I don't know where you're at. I'm right here with the signing. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm at the base shop. You inside? Nate?
Yeah, hey buddy, how you doing?
Good to see you, brother.
How are you, man?
Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Your hands are warm. My hands are not. I got some gloves, but they're not doing a thing.
That's why you have your Jewish brother here today.
We're live streaming right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, anything you want to say to the people? What are your thoughts on this protest?
Well, these guys are paid. They're so organized. I mean, it's less than even 24 hours. They got hundreds of signs made. It's almost like they have a print shop in the back of their People's Forum over here down in the city. That being said, that if you looked at all the videos out on the internet, the people in Venezuela are happy that this is happening because now they don't have to deal with socialism and communism. But the people who are actual socialists and communists are here in America protesting against what's good for the better people in Venezuela, and that's the sad part.
Thank
you know, and this is they want to turn this country into what that country is. You know, they don't want this country to be good. These people want to live in socialism and communism.
How is it related to Palestine? They're talking about Palestine.
How is it related to Palestine? I don't know. I mean,
I'm trying to figure it out.
There is no relationship with it. These people are just pretty much, like I said, they're bored liberals that have nothing better to do. They're funded, better than probably, I think, one of the best funded people in the world. Probably $18 million a year, from what I understand, they get funded.
I confronted Manolo dos Santos, leader of the People's Forum. I said, you know, you guys got paid $20 million a year by Roy Neville Singham to paid protests, and he had no response. He didn't deny.
Yeah, well, he actually never says a word. He'll never, because he knows once he opens up his mouth, he whatchamacallit, he incriminates himself. So that's why
he's getting arrested at every other protest.
Yeah, but he's getting arrested,
which we pay for.
Which we pay for, and he was also, what do you call it? He was also a couple of times I've seen him with paid security, armed paid security, walking down the block with them in a protest, which is also illegal to do. What does this have to do with Palestine? Absolutely nothing. But it's the same people who protested BLM, who are protesting Gaza, protesting Venezuela, protesting anti-Trump, no kings. Yeah. Everything just to destroy this country.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'll see you around then.
Nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you.
Is that Shirley?
Huh?
Are you Shirley?
Am I Nick Shirley? I wish. No, I'm just Nate Friedman.
Nick Shirley. That's Nick Friedman right here, boy.
No. Nick's a friend, though.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Pleasure. Nick's a fellow yid.
All right. All right, let's go this way. You see you, buddy. All right, scrolling a little bit. Okay, we actually got some more people here. Yeah, you can pan there. Oh, we got resistfascism.org here too. All this is.
One of the guys encouraged us to talk to Erica at the Communist Party.
Guys, I'm joking about wishing I was Nick. I like my life. Nick likes his life. He's a friend of mine. He's a great guy. I met Nick Shirley I met Nick for the first time. I can talk about it actually. So Nick put up a amazing investigation in Minnesota. I congratulated him for sure. It was remarkable. I first met Nick when I was at an anti-ICE protest, and he was being swarmed by protesters, and I was really worried about him. And I cut through the crowd, and I just went to shake Nick's hand and say, "Are you okay? Are you okay? I can get you out of here. I can help you." And that was the first way we met. It felt kind of poetic because we've been kind of making videos together, and seeing him in person like that in that setting was really remarkable. And then we were both nominated for the Citizen Journalist Award, and I met him in Florida, and it was really nice to just sit down with Nick, have a meal, and just talk about all this stuff. So I couldn't be happier for him. It's remarkable what he's done, and he deserves every bit of praise that he's getting, and save the West. Guys, do you want to suggest some questions? I haven't live streamed before, so if you guys want to suggest some questions, I'm looking at the chat right now, and I'm looking. So suggest a question, and I will definitely consider asking it. It's going quick. Hold on. Ask, what do they do for work? Okay. Ask if they sit down when they pee. I feel like that would be a good question to ask at the end of the interview. Don't know if the interview would continue after that one. Oh, this guy's with the flag. He's leaving. Get this guy. Hey, can I ask you a question? I'm a YouTuber and I noticed your flag. What's that? Can I ask you a question? You called me a mierda? That's like shit, right? Why am I shit? Okay. I couldn't figure out the gender on that one, but okay. I tried, man. I tried. Hey, can I ask you about this protest? What are your thoughts on it?
Probably shouldn't record people if they don't want you to. So.
Oh, I didn't know that he didn't want me to. Can I interview?
I don't know. What gave it away? Fuck off. Hey, come on.
Can I interview you? Okay. Canada Goose at a rally for socialism. Are you wearing Canada Goose? What do you think about socialism?
I think you should probably leave because you're in our space.
Okay. If I stand over here, it's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about socialism? Do you have any thoughts on socialism? You want to just stand there, or do you want to have a conversation? Why are you wearing that mask? Is there a new variant that we should know about?
Are you wearing glasses that record?
Hey. No, I don't think these record. Yeah, go and tell the group chat about it. All right.
Estaba preso. Era una condena de 45 años.
Sorry. Okay, defend.
We have so many.
Wearing Canada Goose at a socialism protest is pretty amazing. Okay, so let's read this here.
Okay.
Defend Venezuela, release Maduro. This is on the streets of America. This is what's being passed out. They have all this typed up. This is by the International Communist League.
And they're all interested.
We'll look into who's behind this.
We care about each other.
They put this together pretty fast. Kudos. Maybe ChatGPT was involved. Hi. Sorry to interrupt. Can I ask you a question? Oh, okay. Wow. Nice to see you again. You're the only one who's really been willing to talk. It's interesting. So thank you again. What'd you say?
Do you think Trump really cares about the people of Venezuela?
Do I think Trump cares about the people of Venezuela?
Do you think really Trump really cares about the people in Venezuela?
I think he cares about the American people for sure.
No, the people in Venezuela.
Venezuela?
Do you
I
think he
think
cares?
so. Yeah, I would imagine. Do you not think so?
Come on, give me a break.
Yeah. I will give you a break. Okay. Let's see who else we can talk to.
If you want to hold the camera for a second, I can give you my scarf real quick. Get it around your neck.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
You sure?
Yeah, it's okay. Let's see.
Right through the middle of this?
Oh, we have more communists here. Are you a communist? Then get organized. All right. How much are the newspapers?
$5.
$5. Okay. Oh, this is a.
You can take a sticker if you want, yeah.
There's a sticker that says "Expropriate the billionaires" with Julie. So, with Luigi, hi, how you doing? With Luigi on the, is this saying like "kill the billionaires" or?
No, it's very clearly saying expropriate.
But it's a picture of Luigi on it.
Yeah, because a lot of people only support what Luigi did. Because there's a real anger against the billionaires. And so we're saying instead of just an act of terror, instead we need to expropriate their wealth and put it to much better use.
So you don't think there's
Killing them won't do
but you don't
anything.
think this doesn't imply anything by having him on it?
No, I think it's tapping into a mood that already exists. We did not create that. We did not create the support for Luigi. We're saying do something different with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I'll hold on to it.
Continue and reach it to a new level. When we march today and tomorrow and into the next week and into the next month,
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Boston originally, but
Are you like what do you with? Is this a YouTube channel?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What channel?
Nate Friedman.
Nate Friedman.
Yeah. So obviously, I heard from another group of communists over there that it's been growing about 100%. What do you credit the growth of the Communist Party to in the United States? Why is it growing?
Yeah, I mean the continued crisis of capitalism, the unemployment, the inflation, the absolute failure of the system to offer any sort of future for the young people, the continuing like erosion of just like conditions of access to education, to healthcare, all of that is completely eroding. It has been for decades now, and people don't see a future under the system, and so they're looking for alternatives, right?
Yeah.
And communism. What's the alternative you have to present?
What is the best example of communism working well?
And I think it's a shame that the Soviet Union degenerated. I think the revolution in Russia offered like a huge inspirational push for the working class worldwide, and it was like the most democratic form of government really ever to exist. Unfortunately, the continued isolation of the Soviet Union prevented it from having the necessary resources in order to successfully establish socialism, and imperialist aggression from all over the world really crippled it and created a society of scarcity that led to corruption and degeneration that you saw under Stalin.
Okay,
so I wouldn't say there has been a successful attempt at that yet.
So how do we know that it works?
I think there's a lot of theory that has been written about it. I think the American Revolution shows that just because it hasn't happened before doesn't mean it couldn't. The American Revolution in this country in 1777, we're approaching the anniversary, right? Like that clearly showed that something that hasn't been tried before. Democracy. People were very skeptical of democracy in the U.S. for the United States experiment as well, and yet, it was formed anyway, and now we see the flaws with that democracy, and people are ready for a new system.
Given that we're at the Venezuela protest here, a lot of people are saying, that Venezuela's kind of communist country. That didn't work out too great for them. That's what they're saying. That 84% of the Venezuelans in poverty and there's food shortages.
They still have private industry. They still have capitalism, and they have a capitalism that is completely dominated by U.S. imperialism and by other imperialist powers. And so socialist government. Like, no, like the wealth of the billionaires in Venezuela has not been expropriated because the wealth of Venezuela is in the hands of U.S. capitalists. Those resources
Is that why they're
stolen by U.S. oil companies? And so, no, it is absolutely not a completed revolution. There was a lot of energy by the masses. We actually have an article in our paper.
But is that why there are food shortages in Venezuela because of America?
I think it's to a number of reasons. I think it is mismanagement of resources in Venezuela, but primarily it is from attacks from imperialist powers like the U.S.
Okay, so for the last like 10, 20 years before now, we've been attacking Venezuela?
There have been embargoes. Like Trump literally stopped an oil shipment in the Caribbean of Venezuelan oil, just deciding to take that as U.S. property. This Venezuelan
So
property.
if we let that in, there wouldn't be like food shortages and stuff like that. I'm just trying to figure out like how can communism fix this situation in Venezuela?
I think it would put the working class in power. I think that the working class of Venezuela should be able to decide, first of all, who their president is, and that is why we're out here
Do you need a
today.
leader,
It is
though?
against the kidnapping of the president of Venezuela. That is the act we are protesting today. It's not about the Venezuelan regime. Whether you are for or against them, you should be in favor of democracy, right? You should be in favor of a people electing their own government.
Sure, but Maduro cheated on
That
this.
is why we're out here today.
Yeah.
It's not about whether you support Maduro or
Sure.
not. It's not about whether you support Trump or not.
Sure.
It is about whether you support democracy, and that is why we're out here. It's not the time to be critical or not of Maduro. It is about whether you think one country should kidnap the president of another country.
Gotcha. Are you a student?
No, I'm a little older than that.
Well, I didn't know. I was just getting to know you. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Well, how are you recruiting people for this Communist Party? What are the strategies that you've been doing?
I mean, all we're doing is talking to them about the issues they care about, and we're telling the truth about the system. I think people see the politicians now, and they see all lies. You know, Trump made a lot of promises to improve the economy. He made a lot of promises about ending all wars, and yet here he is bombing another country. And we're just pointing out the truth. We're just pointing out what's going on, and we're pointing out that there is another way forward. You know, we have enough resources for healthcare, for education, for all of that. And if the resources are under control of the working class, we can absolutely make that happen. We can implement a lot of this stuff. You know, tomorrow we could end homelessness. We could end hunger in this country. The richest country in the world has, millions of children going hungry. You know, what kind of sense does that system make? Because we're out here telling the truth, I think that attracts a lot of people.
Okay. Great. Yeah. My name's Nate. Thank you. This was actually a pleasure. Thank you.
I have a question. Is this condoning killing people?
I answered that question already.
Okay, expropriate the billionaires. That's what we're thinking.
Expropriate instead.
Here, come look this. Here, come. You see this flag? This is a flag with Hamas on it. You can see, look at this. So, this same flag is at every protest. It's that exact same one. And it's a Hamas flag. And I don't know how Hamas has anything to do with Venezuela. But it's just pro-Hamas. All right, let's see if we can get something. How did we do on our first live stream? I'm curious. Let's see. How did we do, guys? I think I would do this again. This was fun. Okay. I think, okay, so I'll tell you guys what's up with the gloves because it's just funny. So these are the gloves I have, and I don't have an inherent issue with Nike or anything like that, but I don't know, these aren't really meant to really warm your hands. I think they're meant for your hands to look cool, but I don't think they're to warm your hands. They've made absolutely no difference. But yeah. Okay, all right, well, so I guess we'll head out then. Had some good interviews today. got to know a little bit about how they feel. I'm gonna go home, do some research on everything behind this, and should get the YouTube video out in a day or two. Yeah, so I'm gonna see you guys there, and thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.